Brandon E. Brooks is having a new show coming. It's such a cool show. Saturday night, Scott Meany has a pup show, which I'm looking forward to, and my Manic Mondayz, and at the end of the night, the show that I watch on Sunday nights where I just sit there and I zone out. It's like,
yeah, I mean, it just sounds like you've been super busy. Just want to make sure that you had time to, hit everything on that list I gave you before I left, like the dishes.
yeah, I did them. I got the dishes done.
You washed the dishes. Like you washed them, dried them, put them away. You didn't just leave them to soak.
I mean, that's like, you're talking about when I put them on the left side of the sink.
You put them in the left side of the sink and fill them with water and say they're not ready yet to be scrubbed.
Okay.
You didn't do that?
No, they're done.
No.
They're done. Great.
Okay. Did you call the guy about the tree stump in the backyard that we're trying to get rid of?
Babe, I'm not gonna call a guy to do a job that we can do. I basically finished it.
Or you finished it?
I mean it's done. Like when you come home, there's not gonna be anything. But I'm not gonna call that guy. I've been working on it 2 weeks.
Been working on it for almost a month. It's the living room look. I know you've been watching Macho Man or whatever all weekend.
Babe, it's Macho Fighter. Macho Fighter.
Oh. Macho. I'm sorry. I know I do that a lot.
Done. It's done. I finished it.
Babe, my mom's coming next week. She's gonna throw a fit if she sees that our bathrooms are dirty. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just don't want to have to come home and finish all of the stuff that you were supposed to get done this weekend.
It's done. I have finished everything. I'm relaxing right now. This is why I'm talking to you. I'm enjoying us before we go to bed and I go pick you up.
What is that?
It's my great grandma's cup. Mug.
Babe, you're not supposed to drink out of that.
What do you want me to do? There's all the cups are dirty. I mean, well, I'm careful with it. I know it's cursed. Whatever they say. It's not bad. It's okay. It's good. It's
just please be careful. What's gonna happen.
It's a mug. What's the worst that can possibly happen?
This is Detective Ivan Kandinsky calling about your missing vehicle. Make sure you pick up the phone. I'll be in touch. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Has anything happened yet, or are you all right?
I'm fine. There's nothing wrong. There ain't no curse mug. We're good. Fine.
Okay, I'm definitely worried about this. So I looked up a couple things already. I think you should call an expert.
Did you call my mom?
There's a professor, Dr. Douglas D. Funk at the university. He studies historical fictional elements, but it sounds like he may know more about this sort of stuff. So I definitely think you should reach out and, maybe see if he can help you or tell you more about what might happen.
Yeah, I can.
What was that?
Nothing. I'll reach out. I'll reach out to Dr. Funk. I'll do it right now.
I've heard almost everything. I've read about vampires, lycans, widgets, warlocks, but I never heard of an evil spirit attacking her great-grandson.
So everything's fine. Nothing's wrong.
Everything's fine. Everything's okay. I mean, I just happened to summon the ghost of my great-great-grandmother, but we're fine.
Are you kidding me? This is because of that stupid mug. If you would just use something else, like, the compostable cups I got you, or your Dallas Cowboys mug, maybe if you had done the dishes, then you wouldn't have had to use the cursed mug.
Babe, it's not about the dishes. Okay, so Dr. Funk didn't work out. Where are we going now?
Okay, I did find this other guy. He's, some sort of underground gothic expert. Maybe he can help. I'll text you his number right away.
Okay, I will do it right now. I'm doing it right now.
Right, I got it. You take a steak, you put it through a heart, you take a silver bullet. Oh, sorry, I've never been against an abuela before. It's something new for me.
Okay, I found one more person to call. It's this free priest, but he has on his website, he says he has a 99% exorcist success rate. You should reach out to him. Maybe he can, get grandma to go away and things will go to normal.
Okay, I'll do just. Yes, you never heard of an abuelita before, have you?
Have you tried listening to her?
Well, I never thought about actually listening to her.
So?
I did it. I did it, babe. I got rid of my great grandmother.
That's amazing.
I did it all by myself.
All by yourself?
All by myself. I did it. I just did what I had to do. I dug deep and I finished it. And I got it done.
Well, you wouldn't have had to do anything if you had just done the dishes in the first place.
So we're good. When you come home, and wait, Macho Fighter. I can watch Macho Fighter right now.
Okay, you can watch one episode. You've got time for one episode. You need to come pick me up.
Okay, well, I'll watch an episode of Macho Fighter and then I'll go get you. All right, thanks, babe.
There you go. Marilyn's here. Yay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another jam-packed edition of The End of the Night. I am your host, David Lee Madison. And sitting in for Joe Ridgely this weekend is the incomparable CJ
There
Robles.
we go.
CJ,
Hello,
how are
let
you,
me-
my friend?
And this, stop that. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello. How are we doing? It is I, your host, CJ Robles. Starting at a different time today because we got a show tonight that was requested to be my time slot. And I said sure, and we got the hours mixed up a little bit, and my guest has just arrived, so we're gonna let him relax a little bit, get in the flow. We're gonna start real slow. We know this train wreck of a show goes where it needs to go. Welcome to my Manic Mondayz, the movie and mental health show. I'm CJ Robles. I'm here to talk about movies and mental health in a way. Let's see. We got someone in the house. Terry, what's up, Terry? Oh, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Terry Jarrell is in the hizzy. He sent me some scripts on a Harlow Hunt, so I'll go talk about it soon. It'll be fun. But yeah, what's up, Terry? And then, sorry, let me get rid of this brand thing. Show's already started, and I still got this banner up. Boom, here we go. Welcome. And you know what? I already know that I'm here, so we're going to just get started. Let's see. And there we go, CJ. All right, so everybody here, just wanted to say that, you know what I didn't do? To start the show right, I didn't do the intro video, so let's do that. got you home. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to my Manic Mondayz. We're starting a different time today, but it's all right. You know what? Let me turn this fan on. It's gonna get hot here. Yeah, because I got my guests already in the studio. I'm very happy to introduce my guest because this is the first time I'm doing the live setup in the studio, so he's kind of helping me beta test it at the same time. But before we get started, I did want to talk about this is the Funny Friends episode, and I did want to talk about stand-up comedy. And the quote tonight was from Rodney Dangerfield. When I was a kid, my parents moved a lot, but I always found them. Oh, no respect, I tell you. The thing I love about Rodney is I was going through his I went through his looking for a quote for him. I found some funny quotes that he has, and I was like, wow, dude, this guy is just brilliant. He has a homeless guy came up to me on the street and said he hadn't eaten in 4 days. I told him, man, I wish I had your willpower. This got me. My psychiatrist told me I was crazy, and I said, I want a second opinion. He said, okay, you're ugly too. I haven't spoken to my wife in years. I didn't want to interrupt her. So, Rodney Dangerfield, a comedian, actor, a great inspiration for me when I was growing up. And tonight I have a guest in studio, and I want to call him my friend. I'm just going to bring him in already because we're running out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give a big intro and a big happy to Aaron Cheatham.
What up?
What's going on? Let me see.
How you doing, brother? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, dude, I'm happy you are here. So, Aaron, what's going on, man?
Not a lot, man. First day of school, oh man, I don't know about you. Your AC been fucking up this summer?
No, it lasts 2 summers ago, and we got it fixed.
Oh,
So
man,
yeah,
my whole neighborhood. So a guy moved into a house. We moved into a crib that brand new neighborhood, not too far from here, 6 years ago, and everybody's ACs went out this summer, because they did a shit job with a lot of things. They took a lot of shortcuts building the houses and stuff. So the whole neighborhood, everybody's capacitors went out, the same week. So everybody's on the Facebook group, what the fuck? And everybody had the exact same problem. And then ours went out again on Saturday, right before I was leaving to go do wherever the fuck I was at Saturday. I had a hell of a run this past week and a half.
all right, sure. Whenever you get a chance,
But right when I was leaving the house to go do a gig, my wife comes home and she's like, "Is it hot in here?" And I was like, "Nah, I ain't noticed nothing." But then she was sure enough right. The AC went out. So the guy came out today, and it was the capacitor again. And this time the wire had was burnt off.
oh god, yeah, so it's done.
Yeah, so I was like, God, we just got this fixed 6 weeks ago, and it's the exact same thing again. So, it's been a hell of a day, bro.
I know.
But man, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I mean, just even the when ours went out in the summer, it burnt out, but the winter before, the heater went out. So we just our home was old, and it was one of the last houses you could actually kind of get before just skyrocketed. Yeah. So everything was falling apart. So I was just just get it going, get it fixing. And I do my own cosmetic stuff. I can do wood, drywall, all that.
Yeah.
But anything to do with plumbing, AC, and all that, I don't know. I'm not certified.
You have to go get a real mix.
Yeah, you gotta find a real person, and finding that person is a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, so you don't speak English.
Well, yeah, not just here's the thing. That's the thing. I'm finding the ones that only speak English, and I'm like, oh yeah,
I don't trust you.
Yeah, dude. I was like, yeah, I got some problem having. I hired a guy. He did. Oh god, this is funny, man. I'm gonna put this in a movie. I hired a guy, and he they were doing a house over here, and then a house on this side. So it was a family of brothers, and there was 7 of them, and they were just doing all the jobs or whatnot. And then I was just kind of checking in on them little by little. But every time I would check in on them, there'd be another brother would be here, and one guy would be working on it, and I was like, okay, and I'd walk away, come back, and then another brother was here. And I was like, oh wow, there's more, and it kept coming. All 7 of them were in here at one time, and here I am. We're all looking at it, and I'm like, am I paying for all you guys, or am I just paying for one guy?
I only asked for one.
But they were all here hanging out. We got so cool. 2 weeks passed, and then I get a knock on the door, and it was one of the guys, one of the brothers, and he goes, hey man, you're kind of tall, so can you help us out with a window, one of those side windows they couldn't really get it over, so they needed someone to get on the ladder and get over it.
Yeah.
And I was like, And well, I was super hungover, so I was like, I'm gonna get yelled at. So let me just go do something productive at 6 a.m. Just get out of here.
Yeah.
So I went over there and I was just holding up this window for these guys. They did it real quick. So now, like when I would drive by, I tell my son, I put that window up right there, boy. You see that window?
See that window right there?
That was me.
That's your old man right there. That's your old man.
I put it myself on this block. Yeah.
Be fucked up 20 years from now. He'll have his kids. He'll be driving through the neighborhood. My dad put that window in right there.
Well, I mean, with these kids nowadays, like, I mean, it's like they don't even know what work is. So it's like, I mean, I don't mean to age myself, but sometimes I go see certain people like, oh, we'll hire you to do more work. I'm like, why? I just want hired to do this because I used to do a lot of like handyman stuff.
Yeah.
And then be like, well, nobody really wants to work. And I was like, really? There's like a lot of work. I see it work everywhere. I'm like, yeah, it's just. I was like, okay. And then I started hiring people, and I was like, you guys really don't want to work. It was like,
yeah.
it got to be. I was like, wow. But you know what? I wanted to say thank you personally, and on my show, and with my friends and my guests here, because I did start doing stand-up comedy, and as I work at the theater, Aaron, the first time I met Aaron, he did his show, he did a set, and he killed. And I just went up to him. I said, dude, you're like amazing. You did great. And I go, I just gonna get started in comedy and figure it out. And he reached out right away and said, here, follow me on IG. And if you need any help, let me know. And I was like, oh crap, I did not expect that at all. Like, and especially like what I've seen so many talented comics in this town because I work at the theater. I've seen so, and I've been watching stand-up since I was a kid. But like seeing certain people that have hit a certain level, I'm like, dude, that's like you're up there. You know, you're up there, one of those funny guys. And to take the time to talk to me, I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like he broke time to like help me out, and I want to always say thank you, man.
Nigga, I ain't nobody.
I know that, man.
But
when people find out who you are, or when people see you, like, dude, it's amazing. The shit you did the other day at times, God,
that
dude,
was special.
that was dope, man. Like that for what I've seen comedy, I've never seen so many comics just push themselves. Like, and then you at the very end, you're like, bring it home, killed it, dude.
Dude, I had to. The way those motherfuckers were performing that night, I was like, I'll be goddamn.
They came in fire, man. They came out shooting. They're like 10 to 13 from beyond the arc. You're like, all right, just start like this.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it. I'm Steph Curry. I'm pulling up from half. We gotta pull a comeback. You know, after the magical comeback we had in beer pong, I had to pull another fucking comeback because my team was looking real shaky. When we hit the stage, that fucking losing team all came out putting on concerts and shit. I was like, this is some bullshit.
Dude, I was like, these are like $30, $40. They should be $30, $40 tickets, man, because the amount of like comedy everybody got. I was
that night was, I don't think if anybody paid $30 or $40 for a ticket to that show, I don't think anybody would have left upset.
No, man, it was awesome.
Those motherfuckers were performing outside their mind. I mean, like Leonardo, fucking Miles, like these dudes they're performing outside of their body right now. They are like on fire.
Francisco, man, he went in there and I was like, he does his little wild freaking. I can't even tell how to. I don't want to say any of his jokes, but the way he comes in, I'm like, dude, this shit's hilarious. Like I'm supposed to be recording and it's hard because I got the Eddie Murphy laugh and I gotta hold it in and it pops out a lot. So I'm always like, how do I I can't, I'm just trying to record and I'm trying to block it out, but I can't. Some of you guys the jokes just break through and I kind of like pull away and laugh because I don't want to kill the shot or anything, but damn, it's really hard to see a live performance and then record it and then like really be in the, it's just, to separate myself is so hard.
Especially that night. That was just one of those nights that felt special. And it was like, there was no separation between like you recording or us performing or the people watching. I felt like everybody, like the energies were entwined that night, and it was a moment that like everybody played a part. The audience played a part, the comics played a part, you played a part, Ty. I mean, like everything about that night was just like, that was one of the, like, man, I've told people about that show, and it's like that's one of those ones like I really wanted that tape of it because it's like, I don't think I can ever recreate that.
Yeah, that's
like,
beautiful.
I can't do that again. Like that was just for those people. And if you weren't there recording, then it'd have just been lost to the universe, right?
Yeah.
Like, but that was one of those nights where just everybody was just in it. And I mean, the audience was giving us and we were giving back, and it was a nice reciprocal conversation throughout the night from the stage to the audience. And shit, I was just fortunate to be able to be in that position and be able to deliver, to be honest with you, because I mean, I could have very easily laid a fucking egg up there. The way those motherfuckers were going off that night, it was like, I'm just glad thank God he blessed me with the talent to be able to step into this position and not embarrass myself, because if I sat here and told you I wasn't a little shook, I'd be lying to you.
Yeah.
You know, like it was a little bit like, God damn, how you follow all this shit? Like,
But I did like, and what we're talking about is a live performance that Ty Gwynn has at his home. It looks the spot. It's like a real authentic stand-up stage. I mean, because real comedians are performing on this, so it's getting that time in.
it's a real stage. It's real comedians, and it's in Ty's house for real.
It's
really in Ty's house.
Pflugerville.
It's really in Pflugerville in Ty's house.
And it's like comedians, like sometimes just comedians are just comedians. Like people don't even know each other. Ty's just getting people to go, and actually Ty was my first guest on episode 2 of the show. So shout out to Ty for coming in and being one of my first guests. But like the camaraderie there, it's just like they go at each other. People go at each other, and it's funny because like Chris Castles is like he's in there cracking jokes. But you can use that. You can have fun with it. And then I like the fact that like a live story. So what's happening is they're doing this live performance, and they're doing stand up, and they're competing with each other because they did a 3-on-3
beer pong
tournament. So the people that lose, they have to go on stage without any of their material. They got to kind of improv the set, while the winners go on stage and they get to use their stuff. This in particular night, with the script was basically felt like it was flipped.
Yeah.
It felt like the losers had, because Leonardo came in and she just shook the whole audience. She shook everything.
Bro.
And yeah, she's one of my top 10 comics in Austin. It's not top 3. Like she's amazing. What do you call it? She came in and stuck it up. So everybody stepped their game up. And then when Aaron came on, I did like it because it was like more, you're like, man, I'm taking it back. You just like punched like you came in with like it's thrown a one good jab, just boom, give me back that.
Yeah.
And you took it. And it's like as I'm recording, I do video, it's my thing. But as I'm seeing like the performance, I'm taking it in too because I'm doing stand up myself now, and I'm learning to eat it and learn to bomb. It's part of it, and I'm enjoying it. And I talked to some comedians this past weekend, and Brandon was telling me, he has a show on Fridays at the Fallout, and he goes, did you like it? Where you were like, you're just gonna do it? I go, yeah. I got my very first time I went. Well, when recently, it was like probably my 4th time ever on stage. Right, one of my joke sites, I wrote like 10 jokes, and I was like, whatever hits. And like joke number 8, I got a ha. And that's when I was like, oh, y'all messed up. I'm coming back. I'm going to come back. If I would have got anything, it would have been a little... But the fact that I got just that one ha was enough for me to be like, all right, I know enough. There's enough people I'm around to really like to grow and to learn.
Be a sponge, brother. Be a sponge.
It's got to be, right? So where exactly... Let's get started. Where are you from, man?
I'm a military brat. So I've moved around a bit. I was born in D.C., and then we moved to the Philippines when I was... On my 3rd birthday, we moved to the Philippines. And then we moved from there to Mississippi, like the 2nd grade. And then I was there till like the 7th grade. And our parents split, and I went to Georgia for about half a school year, a little more than half a school year, and stayed with my grandparents. And then my mom had got a spot in San Antonio. And then so we moved to San Antonio into 7th grade. And, end of 8th grade, excuse me. So I started 8th grade in Georgia, ended 8th grade in Texas, and I've been in Texas since. I've been in San Antonio, went to college in Fort Worth. Hold on.
Oh, you Texas women?
No, Texas Wesleyan, son. Hold on. You the Rams up here, Texas Wesleyan, represent.
I'm sorry, my bad, dude.
Funky Town, Fort Worth.
That's a Fort Worth, yeah.
Fort
That's
Worth.
a private school, no?
Yeah.
And you're the
Methodist college.
The D3? Or
no, we were like NAI.
NAI,
we
okay.
didn't even have we just got a football team 3 years ago.
Okay.
So we didn't have a football team when I was going there.
Okay.
And so we were like when I was in college, we had beef with TCU. I don't know if TCU knew we had beef with them, but we had beef with TCU. Like, and I'm gonna age myself a little bit here, but like my freshman year in college is the year that LaDainian Tomlinson won the Heisman.
Oh man.
And he went to TCU. So my freshman year, everywhere you went in town, there were billboards, LT for Heisman, LT, like all over town. And you go to Walmart, and there's TCU Horn Frog shit everywhere. You go to any grocery store, TCU Horn Frog shit. And I'm like, I ain't seen a Texas Wesleyan flip-flop or shit in any store in this town.
Yeah.
Like, who? What? And I didn't realize at the time because, like, we're fucking Texas Wesleyan. But, in my mind, I'm like, yo, we here too. We right down the street from them. Like, What is this? So we would, like, go crash TCU parties. And in my mind, we're going to go crash these parties, act the ass. I didn't even drink. So I didn't even drink. I just wanted to go crash these parties. We're going to take they bitches. We're going to act the fool. And then it was just like, oh, no, I've never I've never actually been to a party like this. This is actually fucking fun. So we would go like to TCU like once or twice a month to crash a party and ended up just having a great fucking night.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, so it was like never actually officially crashed the party. They'd just be like, hey, come on in. And it's like, oh, that's your first mistake. You let me in.
Yeah.
See, I'm a vampire. You don't just welcome us in.
They don't let vampire in, dude. LT won me a lot of money when he won the Heisman.
Did he?
Because I picked him, and everybody's like, yeah, TC who? And I was like, he's gonna win. Watch.
TCU, motherfucker.
Yeah, I won. I was like, don't, they don't pay up. I grew up on the border, so Del Rio. We would just play San Antonio. What did you go to? What high school did you go to in San Antonio?
I went to so I went to Communications Arts High School. I was in the inaugural class, the very first class of this high school, and it's on the campus of Taft High School.
Okay.
So, and I would have gone to Taft High School if I didn't go to Communications Arts, but I got accepted into that high school, that magnet school, and it was like a mass communications high school. So they taught us film, art, writing, like every form of like mass comm. Like we left high school already like
prepped
for all of that shit. Like when I got to Texas Wesleyan, my freshman year, I was the first freshman ever to work on the Texas Wesleyan cable show. Because they had a a deal with the cable network or whatever, one of the channels like public access or whatnot.
Yeah.
And it was always a senior level class. Like you had to be a senior to get in that class and to be on the show.
Yeah.
And I was the first freshman to ever just show up and get on the show. So and then in that they taught us, editing, all fast. You had to learn how to set shit up, all that stuff. You had to one show you had to work the cameras, one show you had to edit, one show you had to be on screen, next show you had to do this. So it was like every show you had to do a different job.
Yeah, that sounds good
all
though.
the jobs. So it was dope as fuck for me at 18, like fucking going straight into a senior level class because of all the experience I had in high school doing this shit.
Yeah.
So like I took to it like a fish to water. So it was like my experience at Texas Wesleyan was sick. Even though we didn't get no respect, we were Rodney Dangerfield.
No respect.
We're the Rodney Dangerfield of Metroplex colleges. Not even Texas colleges, Metroplex colleges. Like our law school was one of the top law schools in the country, and they sold it to Texas A&M. So everybody goes, oh, A&M has such a great law school. No, that's my fucking law school.
That Texas Wesleyan.
Yeah, they bought our law school, and now they're like, oh, we got a great law school. It's like, motherfucker, you don't even know what I've done in that building.
Yeah,
like,
dude. It's pretty cool that you're like, because you're one of the first one as a freshman, and you're learning like the senior levels. So you got to do that like 4 years, basically, right? Or until as long as you went.
Slow down.
Yeah,
I went real hard my freshman year, and then I discovered pussy and beer.
Oh god, yes. But it's like I was a gamer, and I got my heart broken, and I was like 21, and I was like, I have to retire because there's only one thing I like more. Like I love basketball, I love video games, but there's only one thing I love a little bit more. And I gotta learn that. And then you figure that out, and you're like, oh my god, why did I give up video games now?
Like my when I was in college, so my freshman year I was fine, and then my sophomore year, motherfuckers like. My college experience is like a fucking movie. It'd have to be a trilogy for the 3.5 years because they were all very different. But like my sophomore year, before the year started, during the summer, my dorm flooded, like a pipe busted or whatever.
Yeah.
The dorm flooded. So everybody in my dorm that was assigned to live in that dorm, they moved us all to the Ramada Inn downtown Fort Worth, because it was directly next door to the law school, so that way we'd have access to school resources and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but like they rented out, like 3 or 4 floors of the Ramada Inn Hotel were for Texas Wesleyan students.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you or anybody watching, but what do you think happens when you drop a whole bunch of college-age students in a hotel for a semester downtown?
The Olympics in Greece.
Yo, that was an experience right there. Like
Dude.
That happened, and it was like after that semester, it was like I didn't take college. Not that I didn't take it as serious as I probably should have. After that semester, and then it was then I was just playing ball all the time. Like I started working with the girls basketball team, working with their post players and shit. And I would literally be in the gym from like noon until 8 at night, maybe later. You know, like we would leave the gym to go get something from the cafe before it closed. And then we had like one fast food spot on campus. It was a Quiznos. So, and that was right around the corner from the gym. So we'd go get like our, daily Quiznos sub. But then, you kind of talk to the people there for a while. Next thing you know, they got 2 subs waiting for you when you get there. So you can take your subs from Quiznos, get your food from the cafeteria, take it back to the dorm, go back to the gym, lift a little bit, then get back in the gym, and we'd be playing ball. I played ball like 9-10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like every goddamn day. So because of that, like I just wasn't going to class after a while because my advisors there were like classes that I had that were with my advisors, and them niggas just passed me. So and it was like it's not like they gave me like a 3.0 or nothing.
Yeah, but they're like, you did good.
Yeah, it's like they knew that after my freshman year they were like, he kind of knows this stuff, so whatever. And like my audio production class my sophomore year, man, I went the first week of class. I accidentally showed up for the midterm. Didn't do the yearly the semester assignment. Yeah. Just showed up for the final exam, and I got a C in the class. Yeah. And it was like I mean, I think I did decent on the test without me ever opening a book
just taking it.
I would just walk in and read the questions and just and turn the shit in, and all I know is I got a 2.0 that semester in the shit. But that set a very dangerous precedent for me in college. Yeah. Yeah. So after that, it was like, next semester, like all I'm doing is balling.
Yeah, diving. Yeah. I used to do that, man. I still was doing that recently until like my mid 30s, where I would just do basketball tournaments. I was still hustling, dude. I still play ball now. I just played the other day. Man, I had something embarrassing happen to me. I was asked to play in the championship game because they're down the rec league I play in. So I showed up, and it's very organized. But they're like, yeah, you can fill in a spot. But my tie on my shorts, it got knotted up like on like the midway where I can't really tighten it and I can't like do anything with it. So I just started sweating a lot and a lot, like profusely, and my shorts got heavy. And dude, I have a 3, I can shoot. I got 3, and the first time I shot, I had a horrible game, but I shot. We won, but I shot a 3, and I made it. So I was like, I could do it again. And I started feeling my shorts falling, and I did. I had a pull up 3. The guy set me up, so I went pop, pop, boom, and I came in to shoot it. I went up. This first time it ever happened to me. My shorts went down. I wore tights, so it wasn't too embarrassing. But I was like, oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. Like, how do I shoot? And I just jacked it up, and I was like, man,
fuck your whole game up. That fucking headspace up and shit.
I stopped shooting after that. Yeah. I just completely stopped shooting. I was like, so I was like, I'm just playing defense. And it was funny because in Del Rio, when I was there, we played San Antonio school, so like we would like.
I would go to Del Rio every other year. We went to Del Rio to play.
Yeah, so I would go. We play, and like it was we played like Connor. Warren was new in my senior year.
That's where my sister went.
Yeah, and then we played Tav, John J. Clark, Holmes, San Antonio Holmes.
All the NISD schools.
Yeah, so I it was so crazy for some reason. Like Tav was always one of the hardest teams I played. Clark was always one of the fun hardest teams I played because I played against Kyle Ingram, guys like 6'10", dunking on me. But he's like, hey, good box out for a second. I was like, thanks. It was like, but we played against, and my TAF games, like, I'll tell you this, freshman year, I was going to be the 6th man. I was like, great, I could get to work on my game, be the 6th man.
What year did you graduate?
I'm in 03, so this is 99 when I was a freshman.
So my senior year.
So yeah.
I graduated 99.
You're 99, so yeah, I was a freshman when you were a senior. So we, how do you call it, all the 5 starters from freshmen, they put them up to JV. So then it was just like, now you're the starter. And I was like, okay. And I always tell myself I was like the original Steph Curry because I would flare your threes like Sugar Ray, just shoot a bunch of threes, and I could make like 9 in the game, go like 9 for 14, 9 for 12. It was just something like we'd be down by 40. I was like, well, I might as well. We'd lose by 8 or 12 points opposed to 45, or because I was they're letting me shoot them. But one game, the first district game against San Antonio was Taft, and them boys, dude, like the first, it was like at one point in the second quarter it was like 38-3. And it was just like we were just getting rolled at halftime. We were down like 56 to like 16.
Shit, we had, who was it?
Yeah, Justin Herbert, your senior year, man.
Yeah, we did.
Dude, he pulled up on me on half court, man.
That's my boy.
Dude, and he went to Colorado and he came back to UTSA, That was good, man.
Yes.
He had a sick shot.
Yes. As soon as you said the name, like I ain't heard that name in forever. Yeah,
dude.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, because I played against him in AAU because I was always younger, and then I played against him outside of high school. Yeah. And he I was at a gym, and he was there, and I was like, oh, I remember I'm gonna try to get. Nah, dude, he is cold, man. It was like he shot like 10 for 10. You know, an 8 for 8, like not missing, but
he was intimidating. Like I went to Taft, and I remember the basketball coach there used to hound me. He was trying to get me to get on the squad because I got the height and shit. And especially my senior year, he was like, "Yo, come play." He'd watch me playing, out in the, on the courts and shit. And he'd be like, "You need to come." And I was like, "Sir, I'm in the band." I already have a letterman.
He's trying to bribe you.
Man, he'd be like, somebody get that 6'5" tuba player and get his ass in the gym. Yeah. And I was, I was a little intimidated at that time just because I had after my parents broke up, that shit took a toll on me. I was just trying to do things that my mom was into, and my mom played clarinet in the band when she was in high school and stuff. So and my mom was going through a hardcore I hate men phase.
Oh god, yeah.
After the divorce, so she took all her bullshit out on me. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever the fuck
I want to do,
to fucking that she can get behind and be happy. And I'm sure she would have supported or whatever how to play sports. But at that time, I was just like, she's in the music, she's in the band. I was already in band. I was like, fucking. They gave me a tuba, and I was like, I don't have to take this home. I don't have to practice. They were like, no, you can't take it home. And I was like, oh, this is the best instrument in the world. I fucking just show up. In the band 4 years. I never learned the alma mater or the fight song. I was just I play the fucking tuba. You can just drop a bomb anywhere. It doesn't even. Everybody be playing the shit on the page, and then there's just one random tuba player. Bomb. Every fucking song.
Dude, about Tejano, man. That.
Hey, San Antonio. You not see the cup? Hold on. We got Selena in the house.
I got my Selena bags over there, man.
You talking to, man? I was about that life.
Oh yeah, dude. San Antonio's always been my big city. And the thing, that first game we went to Taft, my coach told me, he goes, "You're my only shooter, and if you're not shooting, I'm not gonna play you." So I didn't really shoot in the first. I went 1 for 3 from the. I was like, I don't want to be that guy. I want to help. I want to pass. I want to, And then my coach sat me in the beginning of the third and the end of the third. So I only played a minute or two in the third. And he goes, either you shoot, I'm not playing you ever again. I said, all right, guys, give me the damn ball. And all I did, dude, was pull up, man. I just got the ball, drive it up. I was just pulling up. Everything was falling in. I didn't miss. I had 13 3-pointers. And then the time, and it was crazy. I remember they were the guys on tap were like, what the hell is this guy on? And I remember my final shot. They were trying to get me the ball because they were like, the time's running out. It's 6 seconds. And I was like, whatever. I remember getting it, and all 4 players were on me, and I just chucked it in the corner, threw it, and it went in. And I remember having to walk I remember running in the back, just running to the locker room. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. I was so excited. And I turn around, and the varsity coach from Taft is right in front of my face. And he looks at me and he goes, son, I just want to shake your hand. And I was like, holy crap. And he goes, and I shake my hand, and I'm like, yes, sir. And he looks at me and he goes, you know what? You could have rolled over and gave up on your team, and you didn't. And you shut up, son. And that's what my players need to see. When you're getting your ass kicked, you don't give up. So keep that attitude, sir. And I was like, oh, and then all the team comes in, and he had the Taft guys look at me. And I was like, oh shit. And he goes, yeah, that's that boy. He didn't give up. And ever since then, I've always had that story. Holy crap, man. Don't give up. So I kind of rode the whole season like that, because we lost all our games, but it's a big difference when you're down 46 and you lose with 46, or you lose by 15. You lose by 20.
Absolutely, yeah.
It feels so much better. But I that coach when he it was so weird, because I remember just being all jacked up and turning around and just being alone and being like, oh, he's right here. He's right. He was he followed me. He hounded me down. He was right on me, dude.
I did this little brown motherfucker. He's busting threes on me. Let me talk to him.
I was like, yeah. He's like, what are you doing over here? Come over here. I was like, oh, okay. But it was funny.
The same dude that was trying to get me to play ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. It's the same guy.
The same guy that was trying his ass off to get me to fucking stop being a bitch and put down the tuba is over here telling you, no, this is a real baller. Not like the fucking bitches they got back at the school.
It would have been funny. It would have been like, you're a good player. My player's going to see this. Not like this goddamn 6'5" tuba player that won't come play with me.
We got a tuba player that can use your heart.
He's like, oh boy, if you were only 6 inches taller, like, oh.
Yeah, because I would act a fool outside, man. I'm out there, I'm just getting up, throwing shots, because I was always in the post. I'm throwing shots out there on the courts, fucking playing at the rim. I wasn't in high school. I wasn't yamming, but I could dunk.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like cocking back and sticking tongue out and all that shit. But I trying to dunk on niggas on the courts during lunch and shit, throwing everybody's shit as far as I can. He's sitting there watching, going, "Yo, complaining like, no, nigga, I gotta get this tuba. Hold on, and the tuba's like, it's not like I can just pick it up.
Yeah, it's
and this big ass wooden crate's like, nah, sir, I gotta get.
He's also
pick this shit up like this.
You're all swole.
Yeah. I had shoulders like a motherfucker. 17-year-old Cheatham, I had shoulders, nigga. I was. You had to carry that son bitch up with this, down the hill, up the hill.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking in parades, fucking tube on. They're wearing these big ass butterfly collar shirts from the 70s and berets. Like, that was fuck. I would rather, that's the fucked up thing, is I would rather wear that than to wear a basketball uniform.
Oh, God,
and that makes zero sense to me now. Like, now it makes zero sense to me. It's just, I understand where I was mentally at that time, and, hey. We all live and learn. We take our paths, and I got here anyway. I still ended up balling my ass off later, so it's whatever.
I'll tell you this, man. Hey, what's up, Joe Ridgely? It's our producers in the house. What's up, Joe?
Yo, what up, Joe? How you doing, baby? You know what I'm saying? Yo, we keeping the butt up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Smooth. I'll tell you this. That kind of what you said about like your parents splitting, and you had my parents split around the same time when I was like in junior high, right before I got to junior high, and I think I lost a crucial portion in that when like a young man's supposed to have. Like I didn't have that, so I'm like, but I just bumped my head and everything. I was like, I just gotta keep going, and I think that's why I was in so many classes and so many sports, because I couldn't be home. So I was like, dude, I would play basketball like so much. And my like 32nd birthday, I was hanging out with my friends that play basketball, and we're at a sushi place, and we start talking about ball. And then one of my buddies goes, he looks at me and he goes, "Dude, you really love basketball, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." And we've been drinking. I go, "Yeah." He goes, "No, dude, you'll go play right now." I go, "Yeah, I got shoes in the car, bro." He was like, "Wow." I was like, "Dude,
I'm willing to bet money that in round, I'd say 2005, you probably walked around with a pair of basketball shorts in your jeans."
Yeah.
Yeah.
To this
so
day.
anytime a game broke off, you're like, I'm already pants off. I already got my shorts. Let's go. Like,
dude, that was me from 96 till now. Like it's just still now. I mean, recently because of having my son. Like one of my buddies, I'd always go over to his house because I was prepping myself for having a kid. So his child was just born. He was giving me advice. Like a great friend of mine. But I always noticed, like, dude, you're always like in a wife beater and shorts and pantuflas and sandals. And he's like, mm-hmm. And then I realized, like, oh, dude, you gotta roll around with your kid. You gotta play. Oh, so now I wear my tights under my pants because it's just like, dude, I gotta put these shorts on and get on it because he wants to dig and do all this stuff, and I enjoy it, man. But I'm like, when Jordan said that he wore his shorts, no, I did that, man. I still have, dude. I'll show you. I still got my tights from 2003, my senior year. Yeah. I'm still hooping them. They still work. They still got the juice.
I ain't never wore tights. You know what I'm saying?
No, I gotta wear tights.
I ain't never wore tights. I was wearing regular ass cotton boxes.
No, dude.
Ball swinging. Let's go.
You can't, man. On the border, dude, they freaking pants you every time. They'll pants you, man.
Really?
Yeah, they don't care. The border, they're like, oh, you're lighting them up. Let me make fun of you. Like they just try to throw you off the game, dude. So I always wear tights when I get pants. I'd be like,
you can't even really swing on nobody on the border either, because they'll just drag your ass to Mexico and nobody will see you again.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
You just kind of got to take it.
We gotta roll. Yeah, exactly. It's like I didn't realize I was so tough until I started hanging out with other people, and I was like, Austin's a little soft here.
Right.
I've been here for 20 years, and I'm starting to notice things. But even like that, I'm more of like people with like two parents, households that are our age. I'm like, I don't really trust you, man. Like, yeah, cause like I don't know.
Yeah. But with that being said, like I'll be damned if I'm gonna let my kids grow up in a single parent household. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Because I've lived that single parent household life, and it's like, man, I missed out on a lot of shit, and I ain't gonna let them fall into those same fucking pitfalls that I went through. Like, I mean, it's funny that like my dad and I, like, our lives parallel so much like where we're at, like at each point in our life, especially because his dad wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't there for me. And so then I fell into some of the same mistakes or patterns that he fell into because he wasn't there to be like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know? So I didn't have that. I didn't have my pops there to stop me from repeating his mistakes.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, he already fucked up. I mean, my dad's doing fine. My dad's great.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, he went through this, and then I went down the exact same road, and that would be insane, by definition, for me to allow my son to go down the same damn road.
Yeah.
Because I see where it got the last two generations of Cheatums.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and I
Yeah.
mean, sure, I'm doing fine and whatnot, but it's like, there was a good chunk of my life where I was like, man, where would I be if I had that guidance?
Yeah.
You know, when I was younger. Like when me and my dad first started, when we first reconnected, because we didn't have a relationship for like 16 years.
Oh, wow.
So when we first reconnected, I was here in Austin, and I remember one day I was telling him about working out, because my dad's like an Adonis. Like my dad.
Oh, God, you got one of those?
Yeah, my dad's 71. He still got like a 6-pack and pecs and shit. Like he's still, you know, like he's like, I'll call him like, you know, FaceTime or whatever, and he just like answers his phone, no shirt on and shit, just flossing. And I'm like, come on, nigga, what you doing? Like, so like I was like, maybe like a month into us reconnected, I remember telling him like, you know, I like going to the gym and stuff, but I just don't have the motivation to, you know, keep going. Like I'll go for a few months or whatnot, and then I'll get thrown off my rhythm or whatnot,
Yeah.
and I might pull something and take a break, and then just I don't go back for the rest of the year, and then I'll get the itch again, and then, you know, I'm always on and off with my working out. And my dad was like, he goes, I got some motivation for you. And I go, what you got? He goes, you like pussy? I was like, yeah. And he goes, that's your motivation. Go work out. And I was like, well, where was that advice fucking 10 years ago? Like, at the time, it's like I was 26. I'm like, where was that advice 10 years ago? It's a little late for that shit now. Like,
yeah. And you know what you do? I mean, my dad, see, and that's the thing with my dad. I'm like, yeah, he took off, but he was brown. He's my dad. But the thing is, like, his dad was 62 when he was born. So I'm like, yeah. So I was like, dude, he don't have a dad growing up. He don't know. He don't got no instruction manuals. He was raised by his brothers and sisters. So that's why I always felt like I'm my dad's younger brother, and never felt like a son, because he only has one. But my dad has one younger brother. So my grandpa had a kid when he was 64. My grandma was like way younger. And you know, old school Mexican dude. Like I'm like Mexicano, you know.
Yeah.
So they had that. So I was always like, man, these guys always act like my brothers, but they suck at being my brothers, because they're not supposed to be my brothers. They're supposed to be my, you know, my mentors, my dad, my uncle.
Yeah.
But you know what, Aaron, I gotta cut us off for this show, because they got a show coming up right now in 5 minutes. But I want to do a little great pause, and I want to bring you back on my other feed, because I have another feed I can do. But this show we gotta get going, because they're doing, after this, they're gonna do. Let me just tell you real quick. They're gonna do Phantasm Fest this weekend in Orlando, Florida.
Nice.
And it's gonna be the Indie Escape, us, the network that we're on. We're gonna present Harlow's Haunt. It's Terry Jarrell's movie that was filmed in Central Florida with Florida people in mind, or with them. And this tonight we're gonna have I get like a Q&A with Mick Storm and Nick Benson from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. They've done a lot more movies as a set designers and like prop maker. I would say prop masters at that. But we're gonna have that show going on right now. So I'm gonna get these guys, give them their time, because I let them warm up. And yeah, we're gonna be taking off from the Manic Mondayz. But I still want to hang out with you for a little bit longer. And since we just got started, I kind of wanted to put it on the on my other show. So everybody,
I got movie stuff to talk too.
Oh yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. We could because I'm short on time because of the show we have after this.
Yeah.
So I'll kick back. We started, and we'll figure out a way to get this going.
Okay.
But everybody, this is Aaron Cheatham. So welcome as one of my comedian friends here in Austin, Texas. And you know what? Where mainly do you have your shows at?
I'm at the Creek and the Cave mostly. I mean, I'm all over town, but if you're looking for a place to find me, like for sure, you can catch me at the Creek every week. It was sometime of the week. I mean, I got my show that I run there every other Tuesday that come up every other Tuesday at 9:00 at the Creek and the Cave.
All right. Well, then everybody, I'm here with Aaron Cheatham. I'm gonna let y'all go from my Manic Mondayz on the Indie Escape. We're gonna have y'all go hang out with I think it's Joe originally, and or maybe I don't know if he's back yet. I know it's JW Caldwell, and they're gonna have on Nick Benson and Mick Strong. So y'all have a good show tonight, and I'll talk to y'all next week.